Welcome to the Smyers and Chambers podcast. All right, we're starting off with the Philly game. Boston rolls into Philly, up 120, wins 124 to 104. Payne Pritchard's the leading scorer with 28 points. Tatum with a 15-point triple-double. Maxey finally gets bottled up against Boston instead of having the two master classes he had earlier in the season in both meetings. Embiid looked terrible. They put him in actions the whole night. Tatum dominated him. It looked like an all-around great win. It looked like last year's team. Winners of 4 in a row, 7 of their last 8. And Chambers, what were your takeaways from this game?
Yeah, I mean, we looked great coming off the All-Star break. I think I said in our last episode that I really thought that they were going to come out of the All-Star break and make a statement and start playing really good basketball, and which they did. Tatum didn't score as many as he usually do, but man, was he playing out of his mind. I mean, he played superstar basketball last night. Finding the right passes, working hard on the boards, playing good defense. I mean, if you have a hot hand in Peyton Pritchard, you might as well let him shoot, right?
Yeah, start off, I believe, 7 for 10 from 3.
Absolutely wild. But, I mean, Tatum plus minus, his plus is plus 19. So, I mean, with him on the floor, Philly couldn't do anything.
And we've seen that now, at least for now, Sam Hauser is over Torrey Craig in the lineup. Torrey Craig came in garbage time, picked up 3 blocks, and with I believe 5 minutes of garbage time, which is pretty impressive. He didn't take up a single shot, but Sam Hauser is still struggling with his shot. He got crossed to hell with that Paul George step back.
I mean, that's gonna be a tough battle. I mean, Torrey Craig is a legitimate bench player. You know that he plays on both sides of the floor. So yeah, I mean, I guess if Sam Hauser can't find a shot, then it's gonna be an interesting race to see who picks up those minutes. How about Luke Cornett last night?
Paying him 1 year, $7 million or whatever. 1 year, $2 million.
You talking about Craig?
No, I'm talking about Luke Cornett.
Oh my God, dude!
He's getting paid nothing.
He was a beast. Him and Tatum in the pick and roll last night looked like Stockton and Malone.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I never ever thought I'd like Luke Cornett as a basketball player.
He just continues to become better. He's always in the right spot. He's making the right plays, getting rebounds, playing good defense. I mean, he's just like classic Celtics, 7'2" white center that nobody ever knew about.
He's better than Al Horford right now.
Absolutely.
And he might be the best defensive center that's been consistent this season. If you compare him to KP, who's been inconsistent defensively because of injuries.
Yeah, I would say Luke Cornett's our best defensive center right now. Absolutely, I would agree.
Which is insane because he was a cone 2 years ago.
I
could score on him.
But he learned how to guard the pick and roll. That's why. I would argue that Keita is more athletic than Cornett, but Keita has no clue how to guard the pick and roll, and Cornett is just a really good defender.
Keita's pretty decent at swatting down lob passes because of his athleticism, but he does put himself out of position a lot because he's going so hard for those blocks and to take away an immediate impact play while Luke Cornett just in the right spot at all times. He's a smart guy. He's a smart player.
Yeah, I mean,
it's hard not to re-sign him.
It was beautiful. At the start of the game, Cornett's in, and he just 2 straight times on the floor. Tatum and Cornett in the pick and roll, and they blitz Tatum, and Tatum just finds Cornett 1-2 in the lane and absolutely yams, just setting the tone. I think Cornett definitely was big last night. I mean, he only had 6 points maybe, but there were 6 points at a good time, I think.
So moving on to the other side, Philly. What do you think they should do? Blow it up and tank for Cooper Flag? Because if they keep trending the way they are, they can't even beat for the Cooper Flag sweepstakes.
I think that if Philly makes the playoffs, they're gonna play the Celtics or the Cavs.
They're going to play the Cavs because they'll be too far behind.
And they have 0 chance of winning a 7-game series against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
No, I think they have a chance.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like the Knicks last year.
I really don't think that the Sixers have any chance, dude. Joel Embiid is a school bus. That guy's fat. Have you seen him?
You think his career's over?
Yeah. He is a school bus, dude. Unless he gets this knee surgery they're talking about for the 7th time and loses 50 pounds, yeah, he's dominant. But he's turned into an absolute school bus. I mean, the guy is just massive.
Yeah. He's also terrible defensively whenever Tatum calls for a Luke Cornett screen. They're going at him all night.
Remember that game that Tatum scored 50 against the Sixers last? Was it last year or 2 years ago?
It was Game 7 2 years ago.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like that's what he did all night. Just screen and roll with Embiid and just pulled up threes in his mouth all game. And it's like Embiid can't get out to guard the 3-point line, and if he does, Tatum crosses him and gets in the lane, and it's over.
Yeah.
He's literally a school bus. He's just too big. He can't play defense.
I think they shouldn't blow it up. I think they should just keep playing and set up for next year and hope that Embiid. I'd shut down Embiid for the rest of the season.
I mean, they're what 20-35.
Yeah.
That was a nail in the coffin last night.
Who would have expected that? I mean, last night the Celtics showed that the 76ers, if they play each other in the playoffs, will not beat them in a 7-game series. There's zero chance.
Well, no one's gonna beat this team in a 7-game series except for maybe OKC.
If we played how we played last night, no team in the East will beat us in a 7-game series. There's no way.
I mean, I think they should just tank really from the rest of the way out. I mean, 20-35. Like, what good's it gonna do you anyway if you get to the playoffs and then just get bounced? You know, in the first round, it's not really gonna help you for next year. So, and I don't think relying on Embiid to lose all that weight either is really gonna work out either. I mean, that's a lot. It's a lot to ask.
Yeah, I mean, look at Zion, right? It's like I feel like they're the same type of player. Like, just like could be so good at basketball, but too big, too many injuries, and not consistent enough.
Well, Embiid's not really the weight thing. It's more the injury thing. Like Zion and Luka, they're the weight guys. Like Embiid, the only reason you can blame him for being injured all the time is the amount of flopping he does. Like he hits the ground way too much for a guy his size, where like him walking around just messes with his tendons in basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. How old's Embiid now? 30?
31, I think.
I mean, he's never gonna win a championship unless he goes onto a super team. Like, there's just no chance.
Which he could.
He could, but he's never gonna win a championship in Philadelphia.
Imagine he goes to the Lakers one year.
Dude, you know who's
Luka Doncic?
You know who's really good? Tyrese Maxey, I would say, in my opinion, should have more value than Joel Embiid right now in the NBA.
No.
That's crazy.
He's still the MVP.
He's missed like 50% of his career games.
Yeah, but still, like Embiid is there, and Maxey they can't trade Maxey. Unless if Embiid's Embiid, but Embiid's the guy.
Yeah.
Like, don't overthink it. Embiid's Embiid.
Embiid is a school bus, dude.
You know, has more value than.
Did you watch the game last night? I'm telling you, this guy.
He's so bad. He's
he
terrible.
was a traffic cone, dude, and like he would like run into Luke Cornett and like bounce off him like Luke Cornett was like the Great Wall of China. Like he just like flops and throws his body everywhere. Like Luke Cornett is like thinner than my pointer finger, and Joel Embiid
I thought we had to censor you for a second right there.
Joel Embiid is like bouncing off of him, dude. I just don't get it. Like he should be a dominant force. Like look at Giannis. Like Giannis gets downhill, gets to the rack, and gets fouled. I hate Giannis, but like at least he plays how he should play for his body type. Joel Embiid shoots fadeaways from like 22 feet out.
Embiid's a 7-foot Kobe.
A 7 foot, 350-pound Kobe.
Yeah. Well, I think it's pretty obvious now that Tatum is better than Embiid, and there's no doubt about it. Tatum's a top 3 player in my opinion.
Who's better than Jason Tatum at this moment in the NBA?
Jokic and Giannis. You can make an argument he's better than Giannis, but Jokic is.
Jokic is fair. Like Denver would be nothing without Jokic. I saw a post the other day that was like teams like superstars teams plus minuses with them on the floor and without them, and Jokic the Nuggets are like +9 with Jokic on and like -7 with him off. Or
There's
something
also
like
won 9 in a row, so
the Nuggets have.
They're right behind the Celtics in the standings. They're 37-19.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not as afraid of the Nuggets as I am of the Thunder, but I mean Nikola Jokic he's just a crazy good basketball player.
I'm not afraid of the Nuggets anymore, but especially we can get Tillman acclimated because he's a guy that can guard Jokic potentially.
Yeah.
But I'd say that Philly should not. I want Philly to mail it in because Embiid. I want them to sit Embiid and Paul George for the rest of the season. I just hope that they're ready for next season.
I mean, how do they? You mean like blow it, like just sit everybody and then blow it up in the offseason, like trade Embiid, trade PG? Like I'm saying, like when you say blow it up, like is that what you're saying?
I mean, mail it in, like mail it in as in sit Embiid for next season so you can play him next season. He's good to go for next season so you can at least be a top 3 seed. Because every single time he's relatively healthy for the season, they're a top 3 seed.
Yeah, but how many times has Embiid sat out for 50% of the season and still not been healthy next year?
Not a lot, actually. Well, there's the 2023 season he was healthy for the majority of that. He played through injuries, but the 2022 season he was healthy for the majority of that season. But like he'd play with a mask and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
He'd play through injuries, and now he can't. But I think you just gotta sit him and just see what happens. And then after next season, if you don't come even close to winning, like if you're down in the play-in again or below the play-in, that's when you see what you can. You shop Embiid, Paul George, if he's even here. Well, he will be here because he's that massive contract.
Mm.
And then you build around Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
To me, it's crazy that they're even close to the play-in. I mean, 20 and 35 usually
That is
that's
wild.
that's 15 games under. Like usually, yeah, you're not
That's-
anywhere close.
Even in any sports, usually a team that's 15 games under 500 is not close.
Not
Like,
remotely a playoff team.
Right.
Yeah,
Never. Like the Red Sox weren't they 500 last year and they didn't make the
yeah,
playoffs?
yeah.
Yeah. Wild.
And I mean, 500 in baseball usually is not good enough. 500 in any sport usually is not good enough to make
Right.
the playoffs.
But-
It's good enough to be close, but
It's the
not.
interesting thing about the
yeah.
play-in in the NBA now. Like, I mean, you could have a team who's 500 play a team like the Sixers who are 20 and 35 in a play-in game and they lose, right? Like,
Mm.
I mean, that's what the play-in makes things interesting. I actually like it. What do you think, Smyers, about the play-in?
I don't really like it.
No?
I feel like the 10 and the 9 seed shouldn't really have chances to make the playoffs, and if they do, they'll get smoked by the other. Like that Miami Heat team was such a rare instance. 'Cause, like, it's like
If Tatum doesn't roll his ankle, we win Game 7.
yeah, but if they play the whole, we might have gone a repeat of Game 7 the last series against Philly with 51 points.
Yeah.
That'd been insane.
That was like the
Um,
first play of the game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like the opening 12 seconds.
Yeah, I gotta say I agree with you on that. I mean, I think that it's a problem across sports now of trying to add to the playoffs. I think it's a problem in the NFL. Like, I think adding the 7th team has actually made the playoffs worse because, like, especially in that wild card round, I feel like none of those games are ever good. Like,
Yeah,
it's
none of the wild card games in the NFL are really that good this year. Maybe
No.
one of them was. but,
yeah.
like,
Usually, wild card weekend is a snooze fest.
Yeah.
Commanders
every year.
game was good. Commanders Bucks, that was a pretty decent game.
That one,
There
yeah.
was, there
That was the
another
only
one,
exception, though.
yeah.
There's another one, I think.
Maybe the Packers had a good game.
No, it was.
They
that was
Philly beat them relatively easily, I think. Yeah.
But I agree. I think like people in the leagues want to bring in more teams and give more teams an opportunity, but at the end of the day, sometimes it just hurts. You're playing more games, and then, I mean, your ratings are going down because you're having teams get blown out in the
Yeah.
first round of the playoffs. Like didn't Philly beat the first team that they played by like 50 or something like that?
Oh no, that was
Washington. Or maybe
no,
the NFC
Philly beat
title
the
game.
Packers 22-10. The
Yeah.
NFC Championship game they had put up like 51.
Yeah, that's
And-
insane.
But even that Packers game, like the score was 22-10, but it still wasn't like that
Yeah,
competitive.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
if you
Jordan Love
wa-
threw 3 picks.
Right.
Yeah.
So
But I think actually Chambers, what's your top 5 players in the NBA right now?
top 5 players in the NBA. I have an interesting thing to bring up after this that I saw on Instagram the other day. Top 5 players in the NBA. Jokic at 1. Tatum at 2.
There we go.
Tatum's at 2. There's nobody else in the NBA that's better than Tatum other than Jokic right now. And I'll stand on that pedestal till I get pushed off.
Tatum always owns Giannis, so
Yeah. I'm stuck between. I'll go Giannis 3.
yep.
I think SGA 4.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I think you could go SGA 3. at this
Yeah,
point.
that's tough, but I just think SGA lives at the free throw line too much,
yeah.
which is it's difficult for me. Which I mean, like it means he's getting downhill, but some of the foul calls that you see against SGA are like he gets a pretty crazy whistle.
You say Luca at 5?
Pre-trade Luka at 5, but if we're talking how they're playing at this moment, I don't think Luka's a top 5 player.
I mean, like in general, these players like
Then
Luka's
Luka,
still
yeah,
Luka.
I would say Luka's Luka's probably 5.
Other options like Anthony Edwards. There's Embiid obviously is
Yeah.
is in the convo. Because even when he still plays, he's still relatively good.
Right. Yeah. No. I mean, Embiid's still a really good player.
Yeah. There's other players.
Wembanyama is not now, but
Top 10. Top
he's
10
a
right now.
top 10 player. Victor Wembanyama with his build and his skill has an opportunity to be one of the greatest to ever play.
Mm.
Steph,
Unfortunate injury for him.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just about to say done for
blood
the year.
clot.
Yeah.
Steph is not in the top 5 combos
Steph's
anymore.
not-
and
yeah, not
obviously
anymore.
neither not LeBron. Or Lakers fans trying to put Anthony Davis in that.
Absolutely
No.
not.
No.
No, so when they trade him, and he didn't start playing. He was injured. Like they're winning more games with fucking Jackson Hayes at the center position.
Yeah. Anthony Davis out for 6 weeks. Like Derek Lively, Anthony Davis, and Gaffer all out for at least a month.
Jeez. Let's talk about the All-Star break.
Real quick, before we go on the All-Star break, I was looking at this stat the other day. LeBron James, since 2018, he's taken 29 game winning or game tying shots. Do you see this on Instagram, Smyers?
No, I didn't.
Okay, he's taken 29.
Oh, he's out for 29, right?
He's 1 for 29 since 2018 on game winning or game tying shots in the last 10 seconds.
You know what that means before that? He probably has a lot of game winners before that.
Yeah, but that's actually insane. Like, look at Tatum shooting 35% on game winners in his career.
Are they including the playoffs?
I think so.
Oh, that's a Pacers shot. Remember the Pacers shot? No, he has more than. He has 2 since then.
I don't know.
He had a pull up 3 against the Pacers.
Was it in the last 10 seconds though, or was it before?
Is that like the buzzer?
I'll have to look at the.
And then the
thing again,
LeBron shot against the LeBronto shot, where it was he was driving left and then he throws it off the glass for floater to go sweep the Raptors, and then after the game he's like, "Don't try that at home, kids." You don't remember that one?
No, I don't.
LeBronto, that was a missed opportunity. Like if LeBron James had ever been on the Raptors,
LeBronto.
Yeah, it was a LeBronto shot, dude. Remember, he's driving left, and then it's like at the buzzer. This is the year the Raptors are like the 1 seed, and the Tatum dunked on LeBron this year.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And he went up with the floater off the window. It was at the buzzer.
I remember the shot that you're talking about now. Yep.
Yeah, that was insane.
Was it from the left side?
Yeah, it was from the left side.
I remember.
It was with his right hand.
Yep. He kind of threw it up off the glass, high off the glass.
Yeah.
I remember that shot now.
And he's like, "Don't try that at home, kids."
Anyways, I just think Tatum is the most hated superstar in the league for no reason.
Oh yeah, Shea's actually getting pretty close to that.
Yeah, because he's a free throw merchant. Everybody's starting to hate it.
Yeah,
he lives at the free throw line. He shoots 12 to 14 free throws a game.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It makes the only reason why Tatum's that hated, not because he's boring, not because he's bad, not because he's good, it's because he's a Celtic.
Yeah, it's because he plays for Boston. Everybody hates Boston.
Because
unless you're a Boston Celtics fan,
we're unbearable. That's why.
Everybody hates to play against Boston, but when you play for Boston, everybody loves it. Look at Drew Holiday.
Yeah,
loves it now. Used to hate it.
What are your thoughts? We talk about, because I was just about to mention the Celtics, obviously most championships again in the NBA. But what are your thoughts? Are the Lakers 16-time champions or are they 17?
No, they're they got their championships from another organization. You realize that, right?
Yeah, but
you're talking about the bubble,
the COVID year. Yeah. Do we really count that one or not?
Champions.
Yeah.
Summer camp champions. But you see LeBron be like, "That was the hardest ring of all time I ever had to get."
Oh no.
I don't know. That one's a tough one. I don't feel like I'm qualified to speak on that because I wasn't in the bubble with the players, didn't really get to experience it. But I think that it's a championship, but it definitely should have an asterisk next to it.
That's fair. I mean, for me, it's on the Dodgers front. So last year they obviously won it.
Yep.
But it's the 2020 championship thing. It's and only playing 60 games.
The same thing.
Also, if the bubble didn't happen, they would have lost because AD and LeBron were going through the wear and tear of the season and started falling off a little bit before the cutoff. And then they give him so much rest. That was really AD's ring more than LeBron's ring.
That was AD. I mean, I just think all COVID rings should have an asterisk next to them.
Yeah.
Shortened seasons, just different environments.
The Bucks should have one for a different reason though, because Kyrie and James Harden got hurt in that Nets series, and they were about to get swept. And then Trae Young also got injured. And then
Well, that was the 21 spring of 21, right?
Yeah.
The 20 season, 20 into 21.
They would have gone swept if Kyrie and Harden didn't get hurt. So yeah.
All right, All-Star break.
Now let's talk about the Celtics. So nobody needs to talk about the All-Star break.
The only thing that I do want to say about the All-Star break is All-Star game MVP.
Should have been Tatum. Yeah.
Should have been Tatum. Curry wins. Did you see the leaked mic'd up footage?
No, I didn't.
Curry turns to Tatum and he says it's a career achievement, meaning Curry knew that Tatum should have won, but we're in San Francisco and I'm older. I have more. I'm a more achieved person than you. That's why I won it.
Yeah.
It was I thought the clip was kind of funny. Tatum kind of laughs about it, but you could kind of tell Tatum was a little annoyed. I mean, he was the way better player, less turnovers, shot way more efficiently. But I mean, All-Star game MVP, who cares?
It's more reason for him to go out and get a ring because he didn't get the Finals MVP.
I want to win a back-to-back final. I want to go back-to-back. The hardest thing to do in sports, man.
Three-peat.
Has that ever been done in a sport before?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Lakers.
for sure.
The Lakers
It's been
won
done
3.
in other sports too.
Lakers.
Baseball. Yeah.
Jordan twice.
What's the most that's ever been won back? Like, has anyone ever won 4?
Baseball, maybe.
Maybe baseball. I know the last three-peat I know was the Yankees.
I'm sure that
the
it
late
happened, like-
90s and
Yeah, like
Yeah.
before league expansions, I'm sure that it happened. But I'm curious, like since the teams hit 30, like how, like what, like if it's happened.
I keep thinking that's my phone, bro.
That's mine. Keeps buzzing.
The microphone.
Yeah, I'll keep it on my lap.
yeah. In baseball, I mean, I think it definitely has though, because the Yankees one was 98 to 2000.
Yeah.
And then they went in 2001, and they were literally 3 outs away from making it 4 in a row, and
Right.
the Diamondbacks walked it off.
Yep.
But yeah.
What else you got? Looking forward, the Knicks
Yeah, the Knicks in
at
TD
home
Garden,
at the
yep.
Garden
Monday night.
Sunday.
No, Monday.
Are you sure? I think it's
Yeah.
Sunday night.
23rd.
Yeah, 23rd Sunday. It's Friday right now.
Oh, I can't do math anymore, bro. I used to be so good at math. I'm too freaking removed. I
can't-
got to be a journalist now.
I keep
like
thinking
being good at
I
math.
keep thinking it's Saturday too, but yeah, Knicks Sunday night.
No, I knew it was Friday. I
In
just
the
can't
Garden.
do anything math. Sunday night in the Garden. Yeah, that sounds like a little.
Sunday afternoon, I think.
Is it afternoon?
Yeah, I think it's a 1 o'clock. Yeah.
I really hope that the Celtics just absolutely throttle them.
So I think they'll. It depends if OG Anunoby plays. Josh Hart missed his last game. They won in overtime against Chicago. It depends because like it feels like when you keep beating a team like the Knicks, they're eventually gonna get you on one of them because they're a good team. Like remember last year we played them 5 times because the
Yeah.
in-season tournament.
Yep.
And they finally got us on the last bit.
I hate the in-season tournament.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I
Yeah.
hate it. I think it's like, it's like a thing to try and ramp ratings, but I think it's stupid.
It's like-
it's dumb.
It's like, oh, you won the regular season.
know what'd be more fun,
Congrats.
though?
Like, yeah.
You know, it'd be more fun though if they make it like a giant like bracket for like all of November, and it counts as regular season wins. But if you win, then it's like you move on to the winner of this game. Like instead of just a pool where it's like you have to wait.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's tough, but I'm not particularly a fan of it.
Wonder if it worked and the ratings like slowly jump up like as soon as the thing happens. Probably last year that's what it was because the Lakers were in it. Now who won it this year? The Bucks.
Yes.
it's
Yes. Yeah. Because Darvin Ham won it 2 years in a row.
It's bad to be the in-season tournament thing because you want to know why?
Why?
Because they make you pop champagne and celebrate. Like they
yeah.
make you
yeah, you
celebrate.
have to celebrate, right?
They make you celebrate, then
and
all of
hang
a
up a
sudden,
banner.
all of a sudden you're like, okay, it's over, right? We can just take a break. Like we just pop champagne and gotta raise the trophy.
Oh
It's
no,
like,
we got a game tomorrow.
we lost by 30 to the freaking Cavs
Yeah.
or whatever it was. Who
Yeah.
they lost big.
Yeah,
this
right
year.
after. Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like I don't know, like the Colts were hanging banners for like AFC finalists and stuff. Like that's what it
Yeah.
reminds me of. It's
Yeah.
like that
Pumping
type
in
of thing.
crowd noise.
Yeah.
That was so dumb. I'm happy I was 3 years old during that, so I couldn't be mad. Pumping in crowd noise to a stadium to make it louder. We watched the highlights of that game, the 2006 AFC Championship game. You can
Oh,
see Brady
yeah.
making the checks no one can really hear him.
Yeah.
How loud it is in there.
Yeah. That's right. They were winning like 21-3 at halftime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the Western Conference is tough this year. I mean, Golden State.
Nah.
I mean, well, I'm saying, come
Nah.
on, record-wise. Let's talk about this record-wise.
Nah.
Golden State's at 28-27, so they're a game over 500
Ooh.
in the 10 spot. And
What
when
record? Okay, you're talking about it's hard to get
When
high
we're-
seating in it.
right when we're looking at the Eastern Conference, Chicago is 22-34, so they have a winning percentage under 400, and they are the 10 seed in the East. So 13 game difference in the 10 seed on both sides.
They're more deeper than the West, but I think the East has better teams overall because the Rockets are like a top 4 seed, and they're like
The Rockets are weird.
they have like they get swept by the Celtics because Dylan Brooks hits 10 threes a game, and then maybe
That
they'll-
game was insane, dude. What did he go? 10 of 15 from 3?
yeah, and every single
my
time he hit it,
God.
it was honestly fun because every single time he hit a 3, he was like talking every single time, and it was so fun, honestly.
That game made me upset. How about what's up with the Pacers? Just how
They're turning it back up.
yeah, I know. They won yesterday right against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, big.
They're
30.
they won by how much?
13, I believe.
Yeah, they were up 26 at one point in that game. It got back down to 3, and then they won by 13. I think they're going to be a tough team to beat. I mean, when we played them in what was it, the quarters, right? Played him in the quarters? Or was it the semis?
No, he played in the conference finals.
Was it the finals?
That was the conference finals.
Okay.
It was Heat,
yeah,
Cavs,
you're right.
Pacers.
I mean, they are a good team, and they just cut and move a lot on offense, and they're tough to guard. So, I mean,
Especially how old and slow some of our players are, like Drew Holiday, Al Horford.
Yeah.
That's hard to guard.
Pascal Siakam fits the Pacers very well, in my opinion.
Yeah, because he gives you a half-court scoring.
Right.
And he's also fast and athletic and tall, so like he can also run the break.
How about the Detroit Pistons rebuild?
I don't.
They're top 6, 29 and 26.
I
Which one plays for them? Is it Amen Thompson?
no, it's Asar.
He's good.
Amon's a lot better. Asar's
think
alright.
so?
Asar had blood clots.
Did he?
Also, yeah, he had blood clots last season.
Things are interesting right now in Detroit sports wise. I mean, other than really hockey. I mean,
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
turning it up. The Lions and the Pistons.
yeah, no,
Here we go.
and then even the Tigers, like the Tigers made the playoffs last year.
Yeah, I know. They were a
the-
surprise team last year.
Yeah,
The one guy that scares me is Cade Cunningham. He's the one guy I really worry
He's
about.
good.
He's so good.
He's
Yeah.
good.
Even last year, he was getting a lot of criticism just because they were losing, but like he was balling every single night.
Man, the Celtics really upset me. Home record 17 and 10, away 23 and 6. How are you better away than you are at home?
Actually, I saw ticket prices after they won the championship has heightened like immensely. So this is like from reporters I know.
I
of
know
that
what you're.
talk
I know what
to,
you're about to say.
It's a different fans in there.
Yep.
Like if it's tied, and it's like or they're losing by anything or they're not by 20, it's like dead quiet, dead silent. You don't hear anything.
It's almost like there's more Celtics. Like it's louder at away games, dude.
because that's the only time they can see the Celtics play in the fan.
And it's
the
actually
tickets are way
affordable,
cheaper.
right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
look at the game last night. Like when went up by 10 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
It was louder than Philly fans don't care anymore. They're so drunk at home after their Super Bowl.
Right.
It's all Celtics fans in there.
It literally was. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that you're in away arenas and you're hearing "Let's go Celtics" chants. Like they're like out on the West Coast against like Golden State, Phoenix. Like you were hearing "Let's go Celtics." That's pretty crazy to me. Like
Yeah. We got Phoenix coming up too.
yeah.
Yeah.
What about Phoenix? What is wrong with them?
KD is broke super teams. But I don't know why they trade for Bradley Beal. I think KD, once he makes his new super team, should realize all you need is 2 star players and then just build around them with
Role
good
players. All these teams are trying to build it 3-star players. You don't need 3, you need 2.
Like, I'm not trying to see a team where it's like KD, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Tyus Jones, Okogie, or whatever, and then who the hell is on the bench?
Right. You can't have 3 guys that are like regular 30-point scorers on the same team. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
They all do the same. They ISO and shoot mid ranges.
Look at James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie on the Nets.
At
How
least
did
they
that
do
work?
different things. KD would like ISO shoot a mid range. Harden will shoot step back threes and pass the ball. Kyrie will finish at the basket. Those 3 do that work. They could do different things. They just couldn't coexist.
Yeah.
And Kyrie's losing his mind at that time period.
That was when Kyrie was going a little bit crazy.
And then then they had guys like Blake Griffin they'd sign who'd like hustle, and then that worked, but and Shamit, but here it's like that. The roster makes no sense,
Yeah.
and they're not even
yeah.
healthy to make it like.
What do you think about the Clippers? You think that they're going to be a tough team?
No, they have a lot of good. Kawhi won't be healthy in the playoffs, obviously.
Kawhi's never healthy.
Harden will play. Harden will not be able to carry them because he's not the same Harden.
Is Kawhi healthy right now?
I don't know, but they're winning. They have a better record than the Bucks.
Yeah, they're 31-24.
They have a better record than the Bucks.
How's that Kyle Kuzma trade going for them?
I have no idea. They won last night against the Clippers, and I forgot about that Kuzma trade, to be honest. Let's see how many points he scored.
Yeah,
I forgot about the
Kawhi is healthy to answer.
He is
the
healthy.
question. Yeah, last night,
4 now.
32 minutes, 25 points.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
Kawhi's
good.
still good.
They lost to the Bucks, but
20 and 15 from Zubac. Yeah, they lost to the Bucks by 6. Kuzma had 13 and 7. 4 for 10 shooting. Plus 6. So
Damian Lillard, 2 of 12 shooting.
4 turnovers.
Ugh. That's another. Yo,
9 for 10.
Bobby
from the free throw.
Portis. We could talk about that.
He used
You
to be
s-
my favorite Buck.
You see that? Suspended for 25 games
Yeah.
for violating the NBA drug policy.
Good old Bug Eye Bobby.
Did you read the story about it?
No, I didn't. What drugs was he putting in his eyeballs?
So basically, they said that there's 2 different drugs. There's one called like Teradol, and there's one called like Tromadol, or something like that. And Teradol is legal in the NBA.
Make you look like this.
And Tromadol or whatever the name of it is just got banned last spring. And apparently, Bobby Portis's trainer or assistant or whoever it was giving him the one that just got banned on accident. Like he read it and thought that it was the one that was legal. And so Bobby was taking an illegal substance and
That's BS.
has to serve his fine.
That's BS because it was legal earlier.
Yeah, but now it's illegal, so.
Dude, I'm about to start taking illegal substances for my ComEd basketball.
He
league.
does have bug eyes. though.
Yeah, he's an
Holy
interesting looking
crap.
guy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Great role player, though.
Yeah.
I was at game 1 and of Celtics Bucks 2022, and we're up early, and like people started chanting once Bug Eye Bobby got a foul. Bug Eye Bobby.
It's actually so wild.
Dude, he hates us. I was like, Bobby Portis, I'm a Celtics fan, but you're my favorite Buck, and he like just glared at me with his giant eyeballs.
I'm going to a Celtics game coming up in March 5th. I want to say I'm going to see them play against the Jazz at TD.
That's probably cheap.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I got my sister bought the tickets. They're like 8 rows off the floor, so like $300.
Is that like a
each.
birthday present?
Yeah, it was my birthday present.
That's fire.
Yeah, it'll be pretty dope.
Is your sister a big Celtics fan also, or is she going with you?
No, she just knows that I am. My dad is, so
Yeah.
we're all going.
That's really nice of you. Is she younger or older?
She's about the same age,
Okay, so
pretty close.
if she's my sister's age, she has no money because she's like just turned 18.
No.
yesterday.
My sister's 20. She works full time, so she.
Oh, there you go.
She
Yeah.
just she saves a lot of money and bought us tickets. It was very nice for her, but I'm excited for that one. So I'll definitely be able to report
When's
about
the
that
last
game.
time you've gone?
I haven't been to a Celtics game since Kevin Garnett, Paul
Jesus.
Pierce, Rajon Rondo, and Ray Allen were playing.
Wow.
I haven't been to a Celtics game since last month. It feels like forever
Celtics
ago.
versus Heat is the last game I watched. I want to say it was
LeBron?
when LeBron was still there.
That's so fire.
Probably. I mean, if Ray Allen and those guys, then yeah, probably would have been LeBron.
I was
Yeah.
probably
Ray Allen on the Heat? at
I was
that point?
probably 8 or 9. No, I think it was when Ray Allen was still with the
With
Celtics.
Celtics, yeah.
It was probably 10 or 11 years
9.
ago.
So I was 9 or 10.
I used to love Ray Allen. He was my
Yeah,
favorite Celtic.
That
I
was
think of
after
that.
they won the chip, I think.
Yes, yep, it was
Okay.
it was after they won it.
So was it like, do you know?
It was
like
it was probably 2000.
10 or 9.
No, maybe Ray Allen was on the Heat by then, because it was probably 2000.
2011, you think he joined the Heat?
What year did they trade away KG and Paul Pierce?
Oh, no. He was still on the Celtics. He was still on the Celtics.
Yeah,
was
Ray
Peter-
Allen's last year with the Celtics, I want to say was 11-12 that season.
Because LeBron still hasn't joined the Heat at that point. Like, he joined the Heat after we lost the finals in 2010 to the Lakers. Remember that?
Right.
And then he
Yes.
lost the Mavs in 11. His first year on the Heat.
2013 was when they all went to Brooklyn. So it must have been 2012 that I went and watched. So I was about 8. 2012 was probably the last time I went to a Celtics game.
Yeah.
The last time I went to Celtics game was right before COVID. It was February. It was actually the leap year day. It was February 29th, 2020.
Rockets Celtics.
Yeah, that game. Yeah.
We went to overtime because Jaylen Brown got tapped out from a 3-point
Yeah.
after a missed free throw.
Yeah,
You know
I
who else
went-
was at that game?
You?
Me.
I went.
That's wild.
Well, my dad and I
That was
left
my
too.
first ever game.
Really?
Yeah.
My dad and I left or started to leave because we thought they were gonna when he missed that free throw, and then we heard the crowd erupt, and we went back
That was
in,
the
and then it
loudest
was
moment I've ever been in sports.
yeah.
That was except for game 1 Atlanta Hawks.
Wait, was it Marcus Smart who missed the free throw?
No, Tatum. Tatum
Oh.
had to intentionally miss it.
I
He
watched.
had to intentionally miss
I watched.
it. Smart tapped it out.
It was Smart who tapped it out. Okay, that's what it was.
But Kemba Walker was out for that game. Smart had 26 points going to the fourth quarter, ended with 26 points.
Rest in peace. Yo, what is Marcus Smart on the Hornets? Didn't he get traded?
He got traded to the Wizards.
Oh, the Wizards, yeah.
He's trapped with Jordan Poole basketball.
9-45 Wizards.
Rest in peace, Marcus Smart's career.
Why would they trade him, dude? They're a 2 seed. Smart's a winning player, dude. At least have him in your back pocket.
I don't know.
You know
It's
what
like
I mean?
6. He could be a great 6 man. I don't know.
Or give him some respect and trade him to Houston so he can play with Ime.
That's like there was some player, I forget who it was, but there was some player that during the trade deadline in the MLB last year got traded from the Dodgers to the White Sox.
Yeah.
And it was like you go from a team that's gonna win the World Series
To
eventually
like one of the worst teams.
to the worst team, like a historically bad team last year.
Oh my God. I'm looking. I just looked up the Wizards, and the game before the All-Star break, they lost the Pacers 134 to 130, and Jordan Poole had 42 points.
Yeah.
That's random. So what? The new duo in Washington is Jordan Poole and Marcus Smart.
He's always injured now.
Who? Smart?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
He played like 40 combined games this last 2
He
years.
hasn't made his debut. What's up with Robert Williams? He's hurt again too, isn't he? Right now.
I haven't been keeping up with him, to be honest. It feels sad
The
whenever I
Time
see him.
Lord.
I know.
He should still be here in Boston.
He was my favorite player.
My favorite player was always Jason Tatum.
Besides Tatum, he was my favorite player. I just loved him, man.
It's like Tatum, and then I hate Jaylen Brown.
Brown looked better on the defensive end last night, I think.
Yeah, he had more time to rest. I'm telling you, it's because of his hip.
Yeah, he's definitely hurt. Or was hurt. He's been dealing with a
I
injury.
still think it looks a little stiff, but
He looked better for sure.
hopefully we can like do what we did last year and get like a whole week off between each series. That felt weird, dude.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
remember-
We'd sweep a team, and then it'd be like the other team still had like 4 games to play, and we were just like hanging
Yeah.
out for a week.
And then it'd be like everything went right except for KP.
Sometimes I get a little bit nervous about that, like sweeping a team and then kind of just like sitting. Like,
No.
I know. Just like sometimes it can be difficult.
Because you can just lose your rhythm and
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, dude, if KP comes into the playoffs healthy and stays healthy during the playoffs, I'm telling you, nobody beats this. I really don't see a team beating the Celtics in 7 games.
He's at that point. He came back and it looked like gross. Like he kept getting like kind of,
Yeah, like he
Messed up.
didn't look great.
and now like he looks more solid and more like
He looked-
trusted to stay healthy.
Yeah, it looks comfortable. Like he looks
Yeah.
like he like feels like he's like comfortable. Like
He's not rolling his ankle every 10 seconds. Like,
Right.
he's just moving. He's
it's almost
just
like he was
playing.
babying it before a little bit.
Like he's got to. They got to make sure that it's either you hit him in the post or spot up 3. Do not let him ISO. And try to
Dude.
really create.
My favorite thing that he does is like on a screen and he gets a switch and then just like literally makes the guard foul him.
Yeah. Like
Like,
the
I-
sweeping thing.
Yeah, I love when he gets those whistles, dude. Like the guard's trying to guard KP in the post and he just like absolutely is hanging off of him and KP like falls to the floor and gets the
I
whistle.
low key, he's so good at that I don't like when he shoots like those super deep threes, even when they go in, because it's such a good look to get it down low,
Yeah,
and especially like the potential he could have for making those passes.
yeah. Drew Holiday looked good the other night too. I thought last night.
Only played 19 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean, if we can get some good offensive production out of him, that'll help as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'd honestly just save him to the playoffs.
I mean, hell, if Peyton Pritchard's scoring 28 points off the bench, everybody else can just sleep for the rest of the night.
Yeah,
Seriously, I mean, if like
Payton 28 points, Maxey 16.
Brown had 20, I think.
Yeah, he had 20.
I just see the camera panning to like guys napping on the bench, literally like out of it.
It's always a good game for the Celtics when Jason Tatum doesn't have to come back in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he'd average so many points if he played fourth quarter.
Yeah,
this
Matt.
year.
Yeah, how many fourth quarters has he missed? I wonder that stat. Like, how many fourth quarters has Tatum just like not played?
November and October, he missed a lot.
Yeah, because we were murdering teams to start the year.
I think the first fourth quarter he played in was like the Pacers loss in
Yeah.
overtime. That was a crazy game. Do you watch that? Remember the Pacers Celtics
I
game?
do
went to
remember that.
overtime?
Didn't Tatum hit shot to send it to
He
OT?
had a 3. Yeah, he had a 3 to send it to overtime.
Right.
It was like a steal, and I was like, "Oh my fucking god!" And it was like pulled up, and it was like, and he made it. It was
Yeah.
like insane. Like Tatum for the tie. But yeah,
I'm telling you, like, as far as versatile, like scorer and like impact on the floor, besides Jokic, he's definitely the best player in the league right now.
no, but you don't see a superstar that does a little things like Tatum right now. Like,
Yeah.
the fact that he developed that is kind of insane. You think he just stay as a selfish scorer, but like he will switch everything. He's fine with getting pass to assists. He's fine with guarding the center and not getting the rebound. He'll do all the little things.
Let's see. Jason Tatum has only played in 44 fourth quarters this year,
Damn.
and we have played
44 fourth quarters.
56 games.
56 games.
So
yeah.
12 games he hasn't played. Wow, that's pretty wild. That's like 20%, isn't it?
Can we count those out?
12 divided by
Knicks, Wizards.
21.5% of fourth quarters he hasn't played in this year. That's pretty nuts, dude.
Yeah. You played in this one, right? I think he played in the
did he
Philly one.
play?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Couldn't have been much though, because he was on the bench late.
Yeah, they pulled the guys from 5 minutes, I believe, and then that's when Torrey Craig got his blocks. I don't know. I feel like Sam Hauser might just play over Torrey Craig.
I guess
The chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, sure. It depends on if he gives Torrey Craig a chance or not with the starting group, like with the stay ready group and the starting group. If he gives him rotational minutes and Torrey Craig can't figure it out, then obviously Hauser's going to play. You know Hauser's going to play well with
No,
these guys.
Joe's never been the guy to be like, hey, we just traded for this guy. All right, I'll immediately start playing him
Yeah,
in
no.
the regular group. Like, Tillman was the closest out of all of them.
Yeah.
You have the twin lineup.
Springer,
Horford and Tony.
Walsh.
Yeah. Well, Walsh wasn't a tradable. I'm talking about like
No, yeah.
Mike Muscala.
Yeah, did he ever even play?
He played though, so he was playing the first game. I went to his debut. It was
Mhm.
Charlotte, where Derek White had like 33 and
Yep.
like 10.
Yep.
And he hit 4 threes in that game. And then we played the Bucks in Milwaukee, where we sat everybody but Derek White and Malcolm Brogdon. And that was a game where Hauser sent it to overtime from half court.
Mm-hmm.
And he had 18 points and 7 rebounds in that game, and didn't see any rotational minutes the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
He was guarding Giannis for that entire game. But yeah, they didn't give him a chance. Joe really has trust issues, clearly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he has his group of guys, and he sticks with them. But, I mean, if we're playing good basketball, it's kind of hard to switch up a lineup.
If you win a championship, it's hard to
Right.
question anything he does.
Absolutely.
Like, if you win a championship and I'm the GM, you get 5 extra years. 5+ years until I start thinking about another guy.
Yeah, especially if you have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown locked up they're both on 5, right? Brown's
Yeah.
got 4 now, and Tatum's got 5 because Tatum just
It's,
signed.
it was a 5 added to a 1 year to already the 1 year he has.
So then they both have 5 left.
Tatum has 6, I
6.
believe, and then Brown has 5.
So-
But Brown's starting to make the money this year.
So the Celtics are going to be a good basketball team for a little while. If you
Mm.
guys were curious.
Yeah.
Unless they have to blow it up from the second apron. But it's kind of perfectly works out because Drew Holiday's getting close to the retirement age. Al
Right.
Horford's about to retire.
Yep.
And then you get that money back, and then KP's contract's about to run out.
And I think we're going to build from then. I really don't think we're going to sign anybody else like crazy. I mean, maybe like if he finds another like Derek White type of deal, but I don't see the Celtics signing anybody big in the next probably 6 years.
Well, the core looks like Tatum, Brown, Pritchard, Derek White, and Kada. And then
Cornette, I would still.
he's
How's
on a
Cornette?
1 year.
Yeah, but we're going to sign him back.
If we can. I know he will take a friendly deal, but there could be other teams being like, hey,
Yeah, that's fair. But
you want
yeah,
1 year, $20 million?
maybe. But I think Kate is good, and
Kada's on a 3 year.
he's on a 3-year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
I would have liked to keep Springer.
Yeah, I would have too, but I think Jordan Walsh fills those shoes, and I think Torrey Craig could also fill those shoes.
I've honestly never seen a player so impactful as Jaden Springer was on defense during that last week he was here.
That they only played him for trade value.
No, they actually needed him because there was injuries
Yeah,
in those
yeah,
games.
yeah. But it was like a perfect like opportunity to play him, let him show how good he is, and then trade value. Boom. Where'd he go again?
He got traded to the Rockets and then they let him go.
Oh, they let him walk.
Yeah, he's a
Oh.
free agent. And actually, Lonnie Walker, he just signed with the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, interesting.
So now they're loading up for next year, like I want them to do. But this should be their 3 guards for next year. Maxey, who's the rookie with the painted fingernails again? I forget his name.
Jared McCain.
Jared McCain. And
He's
then,
good.
And Lonnie Walker. That's a 3-guard rotation.
I
And you
forgot.
have-
I forgot he's out for the year, man. They were better with McCain than they are with Embiid.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have them have both if I'm the GM.
Yeah, but like they were playing better basketball when McCain was playing versus now that Embiid's playing.
Yeah. I think it's also because like Embiid changes so many things and he's barely played this year that it's like hard to like kind of just flip that switch.
Yeah, like adjust to how he plays.
Well, when Jared McCain's out there, they're just playing team basketball.
Right. What do you think about Kelly Oubre?
I like Kelly Oubre.
I think McCain's better.
I think he's from the last 2 seasons he's been guarding Jason Tatum. He's an underrated defender.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having a Kelly Oubre on my team.
I like Derek White and Drew Holiday.
Yeah. But like he's a wing. So
Yeah,
like,
I know what you're saying.
But
What else you got? Short week for the Celtics. I mean, one game to talk about, really.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's also like you have all this time to just think about lineups and like potential playoff matchups and what could happen in the playoffs and how the team will have to. I still don't completely understand the second apron.
You think it's possible for the Celtics to become the 1 seed or no?
No,
You don't think so?
no, I think the Cavs are gonna keep. We play the Cavs one more time
Yeah.
in Boston, but
I mean, it could change quick, right? I mean, you win that game, you get a whole game, and then you need to lose like 3 more, and you're right there.
I don't
but-
think they need the 1 seed. I think the 2 seed's a fine spot because they can beat the Knicks and they can beat the Cavs.
Does the 1 seed rest? I forget. They get a bye.
No, what?
Nobody gets a bye, right?
Nobody gets a bye. It's
No.
not football. They play the 8 seed, which will probably be. It could be Philly.
Yeah.
That could be
Crazy
Philly.
enough.
Which would be dangerous.
Because if Philly can stay healthy, then like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They could go on a little bit of a run. Let's see who's in the bottom because it's like I think it's like Chicago, but they never make it.
The Chicago's 9 or 10, and then you have
They're 9
Philly.
and 10 every year. And then they
Philly and
fall out.
Brooklyn are
Ooh, Atlanta.
Philly and Brooklyn are 11 and 12 maybe, or 10 and 11.
Orlando's 7, Miami's 8, Atlanta's 9, Chicago's 10.
And then Philly and Brooklyn tied at 11-12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Philly and Brooklyn. Cam Thomas and Cam Johnson are equals to Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey.
Paul George stinks.
He was good last night, dude.
He stinks.
I was so surprised when he's hitting shots.
He stinks.
He's podcast P now, bro. Basketball second.
Podcast P.
Where's Paul though? Yeah, he had Paul George had 17 off 14 shots.
Man, if the 76ers got Cooper Flag, that would be scary.
Nah.
Dude, McCain, Maxey, Flag.
I mean,
That's a really good young
dude, their
core.
roster's already so good. I don't get it. Like,
How they suck?
yeah, they have. So if they're healthy, Maxey, Lowry.
Oh my
Paul
God,
George,
Kyle Lowry's on that team.
Yeah, he was injured
is he out?
last night.
Is he out for the season?
No, he just missed last night.
Okay.
So he was on the team last year.
I hate him.
Yeah, he's annoying. He's got a big booty. Maxey, Lowry, Paul George, Caleb Martin, and then
I thought they just
Embiid.
traded Caleb Martin.
Did they?
Yeah, at the trade deadline. I thought they traded him.
I didn't
Or-
see that one. There's too many trades.
Did they trade? Am I
Ridiculous.
crazy or did they trade him?
I don't think they did, but I didn't see him on the injury report and he didn't play, so I was
Caleb
very confused
Martin.
on that one.
Let me check.
Caleb Martin might be like my top 5 most hated athletes ever.
I hate that guy.
No, he's still on the Sixers, I think.
Ah.
Yeah. Or no, he's on the Mavs. Wait,
Yes, I told
Yes,
you.
he did. Yeah.
They traded
Yeah.
him.
Cody or Caleb?
Caleb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cody. Who does Cody play for? The Hornets, right?
He was on the Hornets.
Yeah,
last
no.
night.
Yeah,
He's
Caleb Martin
more-
went to the Mavs. I
He's
forgot about
much more irrelevant.
Yeah, he stinks. Caleb's actually decent.
Dude, I can't believe Caleb fucking killed us in
The Heat
college
series. Yeah,
finals.
we can stop talking about that.
He was so bad the 2022 series.
He's bad in every other series against every other team in the NBA. When it comes to playing Boston,
Let's be honest.
this
it
guy
was
turns into prime MJ.
It was just that one series and one playoff game in the next series and then the Christmas. That was it.
He
But
just turns
Christmas
into
was-
MJ, bro.
Christmas was different. Well, the thing is, the game plan is Caleb Martin can't shoot.
Dude's got the
Caleb
ugliest.
Martin can't
He's got
shoot.
the ugliest jumper in the league.
Ime Udoka, literally during the 2022 series, like, get the hell off, Caleb Martin, back up. You can hear his voice get picked up from mics, and Joe Mazzulla would do the same thing, and Caleb Martin would just hit every single shot. Like, they put Grant on him, and Grant would back the hell up. And
that's like the Rockets game with Dylan Brooks. Like
because they have to help on Bam and Jimmy.
you're gonna let Dylan Brooks shoot 15 threes. If he makes 10 of them, I guess we lose.
Then you'll do it every single time. But the Philly Christmas game, that's what really like. It was more about Maxey. I'm not gonna give that game to Caleb Martin. That was on Maxey. Caleb Martin had a career high in points, but
Is that the one that we came back and won?
no, we lost on Christmas. Philly. It was the announcers kept saying Brown has 0 points still. He's putting up a stinker. and then I'm like,
Gotta love the classic TNT announcers.
yeah. And then Brown went off in the second half. Maxey had like 23 at halftime or some stuff like that.
Yeah,
I have to censor myself.
yeah. Some crap like that.
That's a little bit too far there, Bucko.
All right, what else you got?
I
Anything?
think that's it.
That's it. Whoa.
But yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for the Smyers and Chambers podcast.
Big
Be
week for
back
the Celtics coming up, baby.
next week.